All right, now we're going to go over how to actually set up the party on Facebook. So for each party you have, I like to create its own group. I run mine in groups and not events because you can't schedule posts in an event, but you can in a group. And I pre-schedule everything for my parties, so I always do them in a group. So to set up your group, you're going to just go to your Facebook. You're going to click on Create up at the top, and then click on Group. You're going to give your group a name. So I might just call this Sarah's Nail Bar. And again, feel free to get as creative as you want with these names. And then you need to make sure you set it to private. We cannot do our sales in a public group, so make sure you're always setting your groups to be private. Then you're going to click Create. Okay, once you have your group created, you're going to want to add a cover photo. I do all of my cover photos. I make them in Canva, which is an app I have on my phone. And I like to include a picture of the hostess, a picture of myself, and a nail fee in it. You could also just like write text on here or make it whatever you want. You just want to personalize it to this group. And then you're going to want to start scheduling your party. So you don't want to add anyone to it until you have your party prepped. So you've seen all the different mock nail bars that are out there. So you want to find the ones that you like the best and use those to create your own mock nail bar. So what you want to do is create a group and say you want to call it like Amy's Mock Nail Bar, or like the one I'm going to go to I have called Mock Nail Bar by Amy too. So I've made lots of different versions of mock nail bars. So what I did was I found the ones that I liked the best that people created, and then I made it my own so that I'd be able to easily copy and paste the text and it would apply to me, and I wouldn't have to change it every time. So if this is the mock nail bar I want to use for it, I just go to the one that I created and I scroll down to the very bottom of it. You can see this is kind of an example of what I do for my cover photos. I just keep it as a template so that all I have to do is pop a picture in and out of the hostess and I have the cover photo ready to go. So we're just going to scroll all the way to the bottom of this group. Okay, and so when I get to the bottom, I can see what I want to have for my description. And I'm just going to go ahead and take the description that I prepped in my mock party, and I'm going to go ahead and paste it into the actual party for Sarah's Nail Bar that I'm setting up right now. So I'm going to go to the description, and I'm just going to paste this information there. I want to make sure I'm always checking for places that it has like hostess in all caps and change it to their name so that it's personalized to them. So now that I have, I have the description on there. So then I'm going to go back to the mock nail bar that I created. And this is the next post I have on here. I wrote myself notes at the top of it as to when I want these posts to go off. So I like to prep my parties with things for people to do in them right away. So I have about 3 to 4 posts that I'll have in it right away, and then the rest will be scheduled to go off at different times. So this one I said I want to do before adding the hostess. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this one and then go to the group I want it to be in. And I'm gonna go ahead and post to that because I want this to just be in here right away when people join. So then I just keep going back and forth and copying the different posts that I want to go in there that are for before adding the hostess. I also give myself notes such as mark this as an announcement. If you want to mark it as an announcement, so if I wanted to mark this one as an announcement, you just click on these 3 dots and you click mark as announcement, and that pins the post to the top of the group. So as I'm going through and I'm setting up this party and I'm copying and pasting from the one that I created, some of them will say things like 4 days before the party, evening post. So if that's what I'm doing for this one, I would just go ahead and copy the text that I need for it. I'd go over to my party, I'd paste it in here, I'd grab the video that I want from my photos, and then I would schedule this one to go off 4 days before my party. And I want it to go off in the evening, so I'm just going to put that at 8:11 p.m. and then I'm going to go ahead and schedule it. So I use my mock nail bar, and it makes it so much faster to set up the parties because I'm not having to personalize the information to me every time. I already took the time up front to personalize it to myself, and now I can just copy and paste it into the parties. I like to have like 3 or 4 different mock nail bars so that if people book parties off their friends' parties, they have a unique experience each time. It's not always the exact same party that they're attending. So you just go through and you copy your text and you enter in the information to personalize it, such as the hostess's name or entering in their party link and including your pictures and then scheduling it for the time that you want these to go off. So I have all the posts scheduled for my party ahead of time so that they will automatically go off. That way I don't have to worry about remembering to post every day and remembering to post at the right times, and I can just check in on my parties and reply to comments as I have time. So that's how I set up my parties on Facebook. Let me know if you have questions about how that works.